Yo, not much, not much. I'll randomly mute my mic because I'm working right now. So if I mute my mic, it's just because I'm on the phone.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Nope, you're good. Ooh, you got Holiday? Ooh, Holiday. My homeboy played with Holiday at LSU. Yeah, it's crazy. There's this picture of my homeboy because my homeboy is 6'8". Played offensive line at LSU, so you can just imagine the picture of them two next to each other.
On the ready.
That's ridiculous. He was like 16 pounds.
On first down, Best. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, for these two franchises, the Lions and the Cardinals, it all began back on a Sunday in October of 1930 when the Chicago Cardinals visited Portsmouth, Ohio to play a scoreless game against the hometown Portsmouth Spartans in front of 6,500 fans. 4 years later, the Portsmouth Spartans would move to Detroit. But anyways, 90 seasons later, after some rebranding, a couple relocations, one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL still lives on. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He gets this one to Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
70, like that's weird.
On 2nd down now. Best. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now a play fake and it's Stafford.
No, I'm real.
That is going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. The shotgun snap for Stafford. Forced out to his left. And it's caught.
Oh, no.
This is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
If it's past the 50 and under
this
40,
one
I have
is
to
right
look it
through.
up. Because, like, right there, I think I could have went for
All
it.
offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it. Because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
They were one of the first ones gone. Because I tried to get the Giants. And they were gone. So I'll pause it after this play. And read the rules.
On 1st and 10, Jefferson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
No same plays over and over.
Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
So I won't complain.
They'll run on 1st down. Brown.
Let's see.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
4th and 1 or inches.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You get 1 fake punt or 1 fake field goal.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday. You told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, you're good at it.
Well, I try. All right, I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
If you switch, they have to stay there for a season. You can't switch back and forth.
Operating from the gun, Jefferson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
I run the league. We don't have any rules. Other than don't bitch and complain and don't quit.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah. I mean, we make it known in our league. We make it known, like, if you get blown out, you get blown out. Take it and go blow somebody else out. But if you got the opportunity to blow somebody out, you better do it. Because anybody else.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. Recon, 132 fighter.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
God, he got
flushed out right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Peterson. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Jefferson. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I think I have one, but he probably ain't working.
In your face.
No, I think it's.
The Cardinals going to use the first
of
of their timeouts.
As soon as I come out, I have like 8 seconds.
As we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, they have. They have it on. Cause it's the same thing on mine. I can't do shit. I don't have time audible. Dang it!
To throw on 3rd down, Jefferson, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line. It's into the end zone for a touchback. At their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not on shoot clock either. I thought they. For some
The
reason, I thought they
Lions
had Kurt
offense
Warner
ready
on
to
the
kick
time.
off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
64, weak.
Now a give, right side. Best. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
Yeah, it's that they got the accelerated clock turned on.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now it's Peterson. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he played well. Because I mean, I was a punter in high school.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
On 1st down. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard.
And I was like, I'll do it. They was like, we need somebody
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Everything. No, it didn't matter.
On 2nd and 1, Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. 97's the mic, 95.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Oh, shit.
Now, whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
I thought it was like the second quarter was just starting. Wow. I'm glad I fucking looked up.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
My bad, I just sent them a message to turn that shit off.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. It'll be a loss of 1, and now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Delta. Now.
To throw on second down. Skelton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players who somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run the counter. Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
They try and run on first down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful, and you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called?
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Best, he'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
No!
Best.
That's 67, yes it is.
In the backfield, down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Yeah, this is Jason. Yeah. I can barely hear you. I can barely hear you. Yeah, there's a lot of noise in the background or something.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Young. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got room. Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed.
Yeah,
so after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
What they stop, yeah, I would just stop and see if they can have it removed for you.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll keep it on the ground.
I would see if
and they'll bring him down after just a short pick.
But let's just make sure that we keep
that time, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Let's stop somewhere just trying to see if we can get that down.
Best, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Yeah, if it's a love, then have them call me, and I will put it on the account.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet,
yeah, you'll need to calm down.
or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals.
Okay, but either way it's
they
fine.
finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Come here, Jose.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
I'm going to get the vacuum and do it tonight.
This will be taken in at the 1.
But
and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Yeah, you're right. She does need to do some of the cleaning. I'm not going to do it all, but she definitely is going to have to.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll pick up with 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On 1st down, Best, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford, this is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Yeah. I wonder what it would cost to put a door on the back, like the back of the, or the side. Probably the back.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
Zaire.
They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Zaire. Make sure your tablet's on the charger, Ellie.
Down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Ellie, make sure your tablet's on the charger, please. Hey, Ellie.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Ellie, in the morning when you take yours off the charger, I want you to put Zaire's on, please.
That is 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
It wasn't on a few minutes ago. It wasn't on a few minutes ago. It didn't get turned on till y'all came down here.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Yeah, once you get your quarterback,
and they will take a knee here.
Once you just gotta get your quarterback better.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Did you
And they
did you
take
put
a
the
knee.
X Factor on your quarterback or anything? The Superstore?
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here. Here we go on 4th down, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
90 Wolf. Blue draw Corkers. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Best. And they'll get this down to the 10. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
What the hell was...
Let's go. 10 logo. Check back. 80 weapons.
Good game.
So this one's over.
Yeah,
it's a win for the Detroit Lions. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real